following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Once again, my man, your man, Ruben's in the house. And hey, we just trying to do what we do when we do it. Appreciate all of y'all for listening to us today and being here. And of course, always with me is my cousin, my homes, AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Bro, I'm so sick. It's killing me. It's,
I just read it.
I mean, bruh.
Are you sure you should be on the show?
I'll be all right. It's just one of those things where, things might happen and, I might disappear for a slight minute. But nah, man, it's just, I was off all last week.
Yeah, I saw your car up like every day. I was like, he must be on vacation.
See, it's the problem, man. When you go on staycation, your body says, hey, bro, we just gonna do what the fuck we want to do. And I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like, why can't you be cool? So I don't know what's going on. Part of me thought I was looking at another COVID situation. Part of me was like, I messed around and my body accidentally went in ketosis. And I was just like, bruh, so the last, real talk, 5 days have been the absolute worst. I mean, it's good on some levels, but since I ain't got to do shit, it's all right, because I ain't got to do shit. But
sure enough.
But still, man.
That's not the way you want to spend your free time.
Hell no. Yeah, man. And I'm feeling a little better today. I just ate something for the show. I think
that was a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I figured, I was like, today, I slept like 9 hours, so that was awesome. I was like, man, I'm going to get the grass today. Nope. That's a no. I got to put energy back in my body. I tried to eat some chicken wings. Nope. Body's like, nah, player. Not right now. And so I remember the last time I was kind of sick, I had to eat soup. But, bro, man, I need some soup with some oomph to it, Oohs and noos just ain't it. I won't do that shit to myself. So I did the one thing I never do.
What'd you do?
I pulled out the Instacart app. Bro.
Really? You were desperate, bro.
Because I was like, I think I can get up and go to the supermarket. Go get me some cans of some chunky soup. Whatever. Come back. Maybe the movement will help me out. Nah, bro. Me and that couch were friends all day. I've been drinking water all day. I cut off the AC today because...
You had the chills?
I mean, yeah. It was just...
You might have COVID, man. You might have COVID, bro.
Well...
Did you take a test?
I did not. I think I do have one. We'll take a look at that. But I got to go get 2 shots in my eyes tomorrow. So my retina doesn't fall out. So that's kind of important. So we'll see what's up. It's just right now everything is crazy. I thought there was a COVID thing too. I feel a little bit better though. I ate the I think it was like sirloin burger and vegetables. I had to go with the chunky soup, baby. I ain't going no bullshit. You know, if I want to go bullshit, I'd have pulled out some of the oodles and noodles, and I won't about to do that. I need some food.
Why are you disparaging oodles and noodles, man? People have gotten through
No.
whole college careers.
So hold on, man. I'm not disparaging oodles and noodles, but like, bro, when I say weak, I'm saying like, I got on the couch at like 10 o'clock.
Okay. Why'd you even bother getting out of bed?
Because I'm not a lay in the bed type of dude.
Understood.
Not even close. So like, yeah. So I got up, got on the couch, you know, had the blanket over me a little bit because I had the AC on. Watched some movies. Shout out to, I don't remember the name of the movie, The Union. Yeah, The Union with damn, who's in it? Oh, with Mark Wahlberg and the woman who played Catwoman. Black
woman, Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer?
Holly Berry.
Oh, okay.
It was a Prime movie.
Oh yeah, where she was like an agent and she recruited
Yeah.
him. Yeah, that was pretty good actually.
Yeah, it was a good movie. So, you know, watch that and stuff. And then I decided to do the SWAT marathon.
I mean,
I've been watching SWAT all day. I think I'm on episode 13 of the first season.
Okay.
Man, it just plays, man.
You sound so pitiful right now. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but you really sound pitiful right now. You just
I mean, you know, there have been times I spent time on the couch. And like I said, I tried to get up and eat something. You know, yesterday I went and got some what's that stuff called? Something that Moby hit me up on yesterday. Give me a second. I will get that for you. Liquid IV. So
Okay.
I went and had some of that last night. I'm gonna probably have that. Yeah. I'm probably gonna have that after I get off the show today. Probably go straight to bed because it ain't nothing going on after the show. So
understood.
why be up? But yeah, man, it's just, you know, I just know now if I'm gonna take vacation out, I gotta do some shit. Because if I do some shit, at least I'm not sitting at home. Because Monday, man, I'm like cleaning the house, like boom, boom. They cut my tree last weekend.
I saw it.
Back.
I saw it. All gone.
Yeah, and then, you know, yesterday they finished it because they left a whole bunch of wood and shit back there, and plus they didn't get paid. So like they knew what was up. So they came by yesterday. Boom, boom, boom. Took care of that shit. Paid the people. Hey, look, man. Trees suck.
You have to have trees to live, sir.
Well, trees that could possibly hit your house suck.
I can understand.
Because I got another tree in the back that I ain't touch. Why? Because it's far enough way in the back. If it hits something, it ain't damaging nothing. It's too far away from the house. Too far away from anybody's houses. It'll hit a fence.
Understood.
Nobody cares. But yeah, man. So, but no, I'm happy that shit's done. But yeah, man. I know Moco Cowboy, man. I hope it's not COVID. I've been through that already. And it's about to be 4th of July and shit. And it's just like,
somebody's got a 51st birthday coming up.
50 what?
First.
Second.
Oh, 52nd. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That'll be next Sunday. That's right.
That's
next
right.
Sunday.
That's right. Birthday boy.
So, yeah, we're gonna celebrate. So yeah, it's, you know, I'm probably gonna take, I think I got a COVID test here. I'll take it. You know, because yesterday I almost went to the hospital because the last time I got COVID, well, because you could just tell when your fluids are low.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, well shit, I know my fluids are low. I've been trying for 3 days to get my shit up. It's just not working. Let me go to the doctor. Let me go to the hospital. Give a brother an IV. Word. I did that. Got an IV. They checked me out before. Shit was good. Apparently I caught COVID in the damn hospital. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So because 3 days later, I'm back in that bitch. 4 days later, I'm walking out that bitch. So it's like, yeah. I think we've already talked about the worst parts of hospitals. And it's not even, I mean, the food's not the worst part. It's not a great part, but it's not the worst part. Honestly, man, the worst part is literally your ass butt naked with a gown on. And depending on which way you sleep, I mean, at nighttime, man, they might come in and see your ass. And so, like, you know, for some people, they're probably just like, hell yeah, look at my ass, whatever. But for me, I'm like, it ain't nothing cute to look at back there. It's all flat now. It's terrible.
I'm sure they've seen plenty of ass.
That's very true. But that don't mean I want to show mine out to the world. You know? So yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Well, we're playing it by ear. You know, we'll see how tonight goes and how I feel when I wake up in the morning. Because I really woke up feeling great. You know, but I think I just didn't feel the body enough. So my hope is, you know, get up in the morning, eat something, do some work, eat something, and by 12:55, that's when my doctor's appointment is. We'll see what's up, and if shit's not right, we'll go from that eye doctor to Riverside or Centera.
Understood.
And I'll be already out. So fuck it. Matters not to me. But yeah, man, that's been my week off. But
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's okay, man. You ain't gotta be sorry. It's just my luck, baby. I mean, my luck is when I'm off, I'm off, but not the off that I want to be. My body's like off. So whatever. It happens. What's going on, Moby?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Where? Oh, you got your poster up.
Poster?
Daddy Street.
Oh, is that a painting?
Painting, excuse me.
Yeah.
The Daddy Dream Team. Which your wife is not in it. But
owners aren't in team pictures.
They are when they win a damn championship.
Apparently I ain't won yet.
Well, I mean, hey, you know your track record better than me, sir.
Nah, man, you see the picture?
I mean, damn, she could have put a trophy up in that bitch or something.
And the crazy thing is, like, we got different jerseys on, so it's like they on a different team than me.
Well, does it? So I know that on some leagues, coaches wear different things other than their players.
Well, he's not a coach in that picture. He's a player.
Oh, then I can't help you on that.
I would say if it was football, it makes sense.
Symbolic of me being the enemy.
Damn, really? You are always the enemy, bro. You need to fix that shit.
I didn't fucking do the painting. I didn't commission this picture.
Well, all I know is I know two things. One, hey man, regardless of what it is, it's a dope ass picture. It just is.
I agree.
Two, LA needs to straighten that shit up, man. Like I get it, man. They still upset. I mean, I'm gonna be selfish right now and be like, yo, man, y'all got like 5, July, August. Nah, man, y'all got like 3 months to 2.5 months to fix y'all shit. It's about to be football season, man. And the reason why I say that is I'm trying to go, me and the little bro, man, we're talking about maybe going to Washington in the Chargers game, man. I mean, why not?
Driving?
Fuck no.
We're talking about 3 days in the car.
No. We've done that before. It's not like we would kill each other, but 3 days is a bit much. So like, we're talking about flying to Vegas, and then literally LA is 4 hours away from Vegas, and I've never been to Vegas. So we're hoping A, if we can make that happen, that'd be cool. B, on Saturday, we probably leave Friday, get there Friday night. B, Saturday, since the Raiders are off that weekend, maybe we could get a tour of their stadium in Vegas, because that would be awesome. And then we get our happy asses up and drive to LA. It is a 1:00 game there. We're not going to tailgate, so whatever. Then come after the game, come back, go to sleep, and come back on Monday. So just trying to do some different shit, man. We wanted to go to Green Bay, but fuck them. 100%. Like,
what's wrong with Green Bay?
Bro, their tickets. Look, man, when I tell you fuck Green Bay, I mean it with everything, man. Because the second game of the season, it is Mogo Cowboy, FTP. Fuck the Packers. So yeah, it's a Thursday night football game.
Okay.
In Green Bay.
Yeah.
Washington and Green Bay.
Right.
It is. We checked this shit out in May. I'm saying for the high seats up top, $350 just for the ticket.
It's Lambeau Field, man.
Bruh, no. Every ticket ain't $350 there.
Apparently it is.
But I'm talking about like every week. But it's because Washington's coming. And it's Thursday night. So I get that. $350?
Yes.
That's how much our trip's going to cost to go to Vegas almost.
I hear what you're saying. It's still Lambeau.
So, yeah, man. Fuck that place, man. Yeah. I mean, if we would drive there, then we got to get a hotel, for a couple days. Nah, bro.
But you can say you've been to Lambeau Field, bro.
I don't need to say that much. Not your boy. Hell no. You see that commercial with Geico when the woman takes a picture with Geico, and then with the gecko, and then she makes the dog, the pug or whatever, and he's got to flip it out like this or whatever. This doesn't really happen to me. Nah, man. That shit ain't happening to me. I ain't getting got like that. I refuse.
You're not getting got. How you getting got? I remember how much tickets were at FedEx Field, bro.
All right, man.
I mean, come on, man.
It won't $350 damn dollars for
it. Was quite a bit.
Yeah, if you're on the fucking field.
No, Ruben, what you feel for almost 20 years, Washington was the most expensive ticket in the NFL.
Correct. At like $100 some dollars.
Y'all fucking sucked.
At $100 some dollars.
Green Bay has history and they're good. So shut the fuck up.
Fuck that, man. $350.
They're priced at what their fandom and what their actual aura suggests they should be. I'm sorry that you've been rooting for an organization that don't have the cachet to charge $350, but they can charge that for y'all motherfuckers to come see them.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Oh yeah,
I'm not paying that shit.
Somebody
will pay that shit.
As a Raiders fan, I wouldn't want to pay $350 to see my team be terrible, but that's not Green Bay's issue. Green Bay ain't had that fucking issue. For most of my fucking life, Green Bay has always been, if nothing else, at least relevant. That's something neither one of our franchises can say.
So
they can charge whatever the fuck they want.
So, if the Raiders were playing anybody away and they were good, would you pay $350 for a ticket to go see them?
If my team was good, yeah. Yo, I went to see my favorite college football team, University of Georgia, play.
Yeah.
Before they won national championships.
I was there.
I've been to 3 games, and none of them were really expensive. One I didn't even have to pay for. The one you went didn't even have to pay for them tickets. They won a national championship. I can't afford them tickets now. Period. No matter where you sit now. Am I bitching about it? No, I realize, hey, that's the price of rooting for a winner.
Sure.
That's the price of rooting for a winner.
He's absolutely right, man. He couldn't be more right if he wanted to be.
WNBA game. I was trying to take the girls to see a WNBA game. The one game I wanted to see, it wasn't even because of who it was. It was like, hey, Washington, I'm free this weekend. Let's go. Happened to be when Caitlin Clark was coming.
Oh shit!
Tickets tripled in price.
Oh yeah.
Did I get mad? No, because I'm just like, yo, they know motherfuckers gonna pay it. I'm not mad at them for knowing motherfuckers gonna pay it. I wasn't gonna pay it, but
Yeah.
they know motherfuckers will. I'm not gonna sit here and bitch about it. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have to catch them next time.
So Moco Cowboy, U.S. Bank in Minneapolis, that was an option. Minneapolis in December, fuck that.
But at least
I've
the game's
been-
inside.
Hold on, man. It's not even about that. Because I've been to the Dakotas, both of them, and we've driven back through Wisconsin, Minnesota, and motherfucking like, what was it, November? You haven't lived until you've driven on ice. Not for like a little, not for like a little piece, but like miles.
But I thought you were flying. You gonna drive to Minneapolis
I mean,
in the dead of winter?
well, that's why we ain't going.
That's why I'm saying you can fly. I thought, right?
I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to fly to Minnesota, but still, that's also around Christmas time and shit, which means the flight's gonna be higher. I ain't about
I
that
mean,
life.
my man, you want to do something cool, and every time you find a reason to bitch about it, bro, it don't sound like you want to do it. It sounds like you want to talk about all the shit you can't do just to fill up some airtime on the podcast, bro. We got other topics we can talk about other than just all the shit that you don't want to do.
Hey man,
If that's the topic of the show, we can go on a whole bunch of shit that I don't want to do.
I understand. And I hear you. We were just talking about it and it came out, man.
And
sorry.
personally, I think there'd be no better time to fly to Minneapolis than around Christmas. Yes, you might be talking about more money and everything, but bro, I just can't imagine. First of all, that stadium is fucking incredible. I
looks
bowled
dope.
with a guy who's a Vikings fan, and he went there and he has all the pictures. He was like, bro, it's the most. He was like, yo, that stadium's fucking incredible.
And if that shit was in October, be no questions.
I mean, the game's inside though.
It's not-
I was just thinking, I was like, bro, you act like you're gonna be outside, man.
Hey man, because
You
we
don't
went,
even got to drive, man. They got these things called Uber and Lyft.
That's all I'm saying.
You can go old school and call a cab. Like
Man.
there's so many different things you can do so that you don't actually have to do shit.
I understand that. But nah, December is just not a good time. I mean, just because with what I do, I can't take the next day off. So it's, because it's a Sunday game. I can't take Monday off, which means we either got to fly back,
Couldn't take
red
a
eye.
vacation day?
Huh?
You couldn't take a vacation day?
Nah, that stuff's blocked off for us because it's the holiday season,
Oh yeah, okay.
which really is the other reason. So nah, I mean, we're going to get to one though, because you're right.
I mean, you could take Monday off. You just have to work Saturday, and that would just be another thing that you'd be up here bitching about. Like, I'm just saying,
I don't
like,
mind working Saturdays.
then what are we talking about? Then what are we talking about?
We'll see.
Y'all are entertaining, I promise you.
We'll
that.
take that under advisement.
Take it back.
I hate both of you.
I didn't say. What did I say?
You agree with him?
Oh, he's right. I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not trying to be right, Ruben. I'm just trying to make sense.
I mean, I get it, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'm with you. So, like, I understand completely. So, yeah, that's just me bitching, man. Sometimes you gotta let it out.
Understood.
So let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. So, in the 90s and then the 2000s, we had two cartoon TV shows that really, in my opinion, I think it kind of had an effect on culture and had an effect on just, in some ways, just people, Now, it may not be to the effect of what you may think it is, but hey, man, you never know. So, the first thing we're talking about is South Park. That was in the late 90s. The biggest thing I remember about South Park back then, it came on Wednesday nights at 10 on Comedy Central. I mean, watch parties. You talk about that shit next day on the water cooler. Like, and that went on for quite a while. And I mean, I think to this day, you still may see some of that happening. And then they came out with a movie, which, you know, a cartoon movie with little kids cursing all the time. If you say what you want, there is some humor in that, especially if you knew who the characters were. You know, you had was it Kyle, Kenny, who always died. Excuse me. Cartman, who was a fat one, and Stan, who was oblivious to everything. And I guess they were probably in like fourth grade or something.
Actually, I think they were in the second or third at first. Then they eventually, after a couple seasons, they went on to another grade.
It took them
It took them a while to get out of school,
took them 2 years to go one.
Well, yeah.
Might have been more. I think it was more than that, actually.
Well, at least it's not like The Simpsons where they perpetually stay young.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know, that's kind of what I was going to say. Like you mentioned South Park and how it had a tremendous effect, and I would argue that South Park was just an extension of The Simpsons, because The Simpsons was a cartoon that basically was pushing. It was trying to see how far you could push an animated show with adult content.
yeah, but I think
they were just gradually pushing, and they pushed far enough for somebody to take a chance and say, "Fuck it, go all in with South Park and just take it over the top." Because The Simpsons, without dropping F-bombs and doing everything, they always pushed that social norm and just like, hey, we're gonna push at it without crossing the line. And South Park was just like, I mean, what happens if we were just being on cable and we could just say shit?
Yeah, I mean, you know, also, you know, The Simpsons were on Fox, whereas South Park was on Comedy Central.
Like I said,
so that's against two different things.
Cable. That's what I said. Cable. They were like, hey,
Yeah.
if we put it on cable, we could just say shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
So you had that, and once again, there are so many famous things, words or statements or whatever.
Was South Park really that big when it first came out, though?
Yes.
And the only reason I ask is because, like, I remember not being a fan of the show for the first couple seasons. Because the first couple seasons, I think they just were constantly trying to see what they could get away with. I think it was later on when they actually started trying to tackle social issues that were happening and making mockery out of actual social issues, where they kind of found their footing.
So I think during that time I was working, basically I was working for a company. I mean, we basically had cubicles when it was all said and done. And, you know, and we got up and walked and talked and stuff like that. And I was probably, I was, 91, so 97. I was over 25. I was just, whatever. I was much older. So, like, and everybody who I worked with was pretty much around our age. And so I think it was a really big, culture shock of what they got away with. And that's what really kept people going back for more.
Okay, I can see that.
And even today, I mean, like I don't really watch it anymore, but it comes out. But I mean, they've at least done some things where they've always tried to make the product a little better, and stuff like that. Because back then they were getting episodes of Comedy Central, it comes on at 10. From what I understand, they were getting episodes of Comedy Central at like 5 and 6 o'clock that day.
Yeah.
So Comedy Central really didn't have a chance to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. So it was like, all right, well, fuck it. Let's go.
I guess what I'm saying, I think they found their footing when they started to really, really attack like the current events going on as the content. At first, that wasn't their case. At first, they were trying to create their own stories and narratives, but when they really started to lean in on things that were really happening and just kind of making mockeries of it,
Mhm.
that's when it stopped just being random cuss words and started being, oh, y'all really put some thought behind like this. Like, because when I look at, like, I think Cartman is one of the greatest characters ever created because he is America.
Yeah.
Cartman is America.
Without question. Like, what about you, AG? What's your opinion?
Well, I'm coming from a different perspective because I never watched South Park. It never really
wow.
interested me. But working with people half my age that grew up on it,
Mhm.
especially if they were white, I feel like that show gave young white America that was still being molded for, social issues, racial issues, license to be racist. Because there's some episodes that I've been told to go watch and I have, that is like the episode about the black kid in the neighborhood that didn't know
Token.
how to play bass and he magically knew how
Oh,
to play bass.
that's one of the funniest fucking episodes ever.
And like Moby says, it's hard to be mad when it's funny. But when
I'm
stop
be
laughing,
honest, AG. That Faith Plus One episode,
Yes,
is
that's one of the
fucking
best
comedic
episodes ever
gold.
created.
I hear
It's,
what you're
it's
saying.
fucking gold.
I hear what you're saying, but like I said, I never watched it. I just was, privy to the people that did.
Yeah.
As they got older and as they became adults, like we said about what Mo said about Cartman just a minute ago, that's absolutely true. And I think that show trained a generation of kids to be a little racist and feel like they weren't being racist because it was so funny. And this is an old guy, just in observation mode, because I never watched the show other than the episodes that they told me to watch. And like I said, I want to emphasize this because Mo said it like months ago and I never thought about it, but I heard somebody else say it too. And it's absolutely true. It's hard to be mad when the shit's funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I had to stop laughing at it so I could really judge it. And I could really judge the people who were telling me this. And it's just like, this is the new dog whistle to me. Because it's absolutely a stereotype. And it's so funny. But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, yeah, you've just made an entire generation very comfortable in maybe the most infamous way about racial issues.
Well, so I agree with that, but I also feel like if there is ever equal opportunity button pushers, it was these guys.
I hear what
Like,
you're saying.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to disagree with that is because that also is the greatest cover that the show actually did,
Mhm.
is by throwing in an occasional race joke about something else, deflecting from about 75% of all jokes up there are directed toward about black people and Jews. And then they sprinkle in some other shit around it so they can say, hey, look, we made fun of them that one time in that one episode. We made fun of them that one time in that one episode. We made fun of them that one time in that one episode. Yeah, we have about 25 episodes where basically Cartman is basically saying niggas gonna nig, and Jews gonna Jew. But yeah, we talked about Asians a couple times too.
Well, see, and that's why, to me personally, except for the guest stars that they had up there, I felt like every person on that show is a stereotype.
Well, yeah.
So
Every
like,
person is.
so that's the thing, right? Like, and every person there is a stereotype. So yeah, but they didn't bring Token in until like, and his name was Token. They didn't bring him in until like season 2 or 3.
Well, they didn't need to because they had Chef.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was Isaac Hayes' character, right?
Isaac Hayes. But I will give them credit on this. The kids respected Chef. So at the very least, he gave he gave Chef some, hey man, what you're not gonna do is fuck with me, because this is not how we roll here, you know. And that's what I think. Like you said, Cartman is, like you already said it yourself. Cartman is probably the worst white person that you will ever meet, because he A, had no filter, B, truly just didn't care, and 3, he offended everybody on a regular basis.
The two most American characters ever are Cartman and what is it, Michael Scott from The Office? Just a terrible white human being that's in charge.
I never watched The Office, so I don't know.
He's a terrible human being. He's unqualified. He's racist. He's sexist, and they make him lovable, and everybody's like, "Oh, leave Michael alone. He's a fucking racist piece of shit." And they laughed at him, and we laughed at him for years because the show was funny. But I'm like, "Yo, would you?" And they're like, "I'd love to work there." Fuck that. I would have slapped that bitch ass motherfucker in his face in episode 2. And I'm not mad at him. He was playing the character, but I'm just saying he embodied everything that was wrong with America. He was unqualified. He did only stuff that a white man in his position could get away with and keep his job. And yeah, the two greatest characters the show What America Is, Michael, Cartman. If somebody's like, if some foreigner was like, "Hey, what's America like?" Cartman and Michael from The Office. That's America.
I mean, because yeah, like you wouldn't. I mean, we don't say names to protect the innocent, but if you think about it, you've probably come in contact with someone like Cartman.
We all have. He's our president.
Are you defending this show, bro?
Who, me?
Yes. You seem to be having
we're just talking about it.
Okay.
Nah, I mean, because like, here's the thing,
I can find enjoyment from South Park because there's some episodes that I love, like when they did the Ring spoof, like the Lord of the Rings spoof. That shit is fucking hilarious. When they did the console wars, but like I said, I like it when they're making mockery about social topics. But I'm not stupid. I know it's just racist dog whistles.
Exactly.
But like I said, hey man, I won't accept your racism, but I appreciate a racist that knows how to make me laugh.
Okay.
I mean,
because like when Ruben's talking about it, it sounds like he's trying to soften the blow. Not trying to.
No.
But from his perspective, the blow.
Well, he's saying all the things that make it justifiable to watch, and I mean, I guess I don't have to justify it to watch it because I'm just like, some of the shit just amuses me. But I'll be honest, like if it's on and it's something that's probably like the first 4 or 5 seasons, I won't watch it because I thought it sucked at first. I was not a fan of South Park at all at first. It was much later on where I started to enjoy and really feel like they were challenging themselves to expand outside of just basically making racist tropes about everything.
Yeah, like I literally haven't watched South Park in 20 years, maybe. I know it's still on.
Just watch the movie because you were trying to get me to watch it with you, and I was like,
but that movie's like 2001 or something.
Oh, this is recently because this is when you're in a place, 2 places before where you are now, and I was over there, and you're like, "Man, you got to watch the South Park."
Nah, I was working at Circuit City. It's not 2001. It was like 1999. Yeah, because I went and saw it with some coworkers. Like, yeah, that movie's old as F. And honestly, they came out with a movie just so the kids can curse and not get bleeped. Like literally, that is the only reason. I mean, that's where you get the whole blame Canada thing. Once again, they pick on Canadians. Now,
I actually don't know if I've ever seen the movie.
I mean,
I might have seen bits and pieces of it, but I don't think I've ever seen the movie.
Well, if you've heard Cow Mom's a Big Fat Bitch.
I mean, I've seen, I've heard the song.
Yeah, that's part of the movie. Anything that you've seen that they're cursing on is probably part of the movie. And I don't give a damn what you say. That whole song is racist as fuck. Once again, the shit was fucking funny. And it came from the person where you knew it was like, you know he's a worse character on the motherfucking show. So it wasn't like a whole, oh my God, Stan that said that shit. Nah, Stan scared of a damn, he's scared of his damn shadow. And he's talking about Kyle's mom. And of course, Kyle's Jewish. So he always took pot shots at Kyle. You know, he called him a dirty Jew probably at least 5 times every episode. Like, you know, and then Kenny died every episode. So like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where 27 years ago, thank you, Moco Cowboy. Damn, it's been that long. So, I mean, is it funny? Yes. You know, but just like anything else, if you understand what you're watching, then you're not going to necessarily be affected by it. You know, as though I worry about the people, well, not affected by it in a positive way. You're like, I worry about the people who don't understand it.
See, and that's the thing, Ruben. It's not about understanding. Like the people who created the show, and I would argue this forever. I don't necessarily think that they're trying to shine positivity on racism. In fact, I believe they're doing what a lot of comical satires do, which is exaggerate racism to shine a light on it. However, the people who watch it, as AG was saying, use it as a justification for why it's okay to be racist.
Yeah.
So that's where it becomes problematic. Like,
Correct.
even if I don't think the guys are racist at all, maybe they're just like, hey, they're just very aware that these racist tropes exist. And maybe if we exaggerate it, you know, we'll shine a light to how stupid some of this shit is. Unfortunately, that's not how people watch shit.
You are correct on that. And then even on some episodes, like the Faith Plus One episode, you know, Token gets his come-ups at the end of the episode. You know, because of course, you know, hey Token, go to what does Carver say? Token, go down into the basement and get your dad's bass. What? My dad doesn't play bass. Come on, man, you're black. Of course your dad plays bass. Like, which is really fucked up. But then he comes up and he starts playing bass. He's like, damn it, you know, whatever. But at the end, he's been picking on him the whole episode. He beats the shit out of Cartman at the end of the episode. You know, because once again, he said some race shit and Token took as much as he could take. And he punched him like 3 times and beat the shit out of him. He's like, you know, whatever. So, like, yeah, all I'm saying is, you know, back then, things were a little bit, you know, between the whole Monica Lewinsky shit and with the president and whatever else was going on back then, you had South Park. So then in 2005, Boondocks came out, which possibly might be one of the greatest cartoons that not enough people saw. I mean, that's my opinion.
I mean, but at the same time, Boondocks, in many ways, was a response to South Park.
Correct.
Because the comic strip started in the 90s.
Correct.
So it's literally just the other side of the coin. Like, for black people, it just felt a little better because at least the person talking about all the stereotypical characters
was a black guy.
Was a guy that was pretty fucking accurate about the stereotypical characters.
Yeah. You know? And that's the thing, right? So, like, even with the black community, I think that show allowed us to, as I don't want to say get our comeuppance, but maybe it did. You know, it gave us. Look at that shit.
The difference in Boondocks and South Park comes from the narrator. Huey being the narrator, was it really making the negative black stereotype sound good? He was always narrating it from like, this shit is stupid, but he was matter-of-factly talking about it. Like when the nigga moment episode is amazing because he describes it so perfectly, But it's no glorification. It's just a nigga moment, and he just explains it so eloquently.
Yeah. And when it happens, you understood why it happened, and you don't necessarily feel bad that it did happen because you realize, well, somebody deserved that shit.
It wasn't even about feeling bad. It was about when he explained it. Even if you weren't black and you had no idea what he meant, by the end of that episode, if you didn't quite understand what a nigga moment was, you just weren't really listening. You weren't paying attention because he was so detailed about it.
Yep.
It wasn't anything positive. He wasn't necessarily bashing it either. It was just like, hey, this is what it is. A nigga moment is this.
Yeah.
When these chain of events happen and collide, you get a nigga moment.
Yep. And then, of course, I mean, who could forget the booty butt cheeks? Booty butt cheeks? Booty butt. Like, I mean, and I loved the satire. Like, he satired.
It leaned in on what South Park eventually started doing well, which is tackle real world issues.
Yeah.
But, exaggerated a bit. Fucking Usher episode, hilarious. Dancing in the middle of the street. Tom got his ass whooped by Usher.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I think between that, I mean, I would say this is just my opinion, I'll say that one of the greatest characters that he ever created for that show was oh damn it, what's his name? The rapper who moved in next door.
Gangsta-licious or Thugnificent?
Thugnificent. Like the dude rode in ghost riding a damn SUV. Like, what are we doing? And then all the people outside were just like, whatever. So yeah, man. I and then when they did the Cribs joint with him, when he took him back to Terabelle, it was all like desolated. And then, they were just kids walking around naked and stuff. Yeah. Like the kid had on some rain boots but no clothes.
I think Uncle Ruckus is one of the greatest characters on that show because
Uncle Ruckus. Oh my god.
Because like that was so symbolic of like so many things that black people feel about certain black people. Like, hey man, I get it. You so badly want to be a white guy. You're not. When Pop said you can't give white people credit for the trees. You white people sure do know how to make some good foliage.
What about you, AG?
Wait a minute. That was a really good impression.
I mean,
oh my God. I think I think the Boondocks to me, especially when I was enlightened on South Park, and South Park was, it was just what it was. But it was an elixir because it was black people really well done. It didn't matter how you felt about it. It was really well done. When I say really well done, I mean it was on par with everything else. I thought the writing was really good. I thought the issues that they tackled, whether they were black issues or white issues, a lot of time it was an amalgam, depending on the situation. And it was one of the first times I really felt like, okay, I can see myself and not cringe. It was great. I still
convinced a lot of that was because of the narrator. Having Huey narrate almost every episode just balances the show.
I mean, you're right, but it was everything. It was everything that show was, and like I said before, man, it was an elixir to because I did get into Family Guy, but
I'm not
that whole genre to me was a dog whistle, and I'm like, yeah, it was funny, but it's like. Bro, and then the Cleveland show,
didn't get it downhill.
I mean, again, it wasn't bad. It was just I could tell who wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue.
Even though the characters were brown, even though Sanaa Lathan did a great job, they were still white people writing black things, and I was like, So the Boondocks was an elixir to me, and I don't think I was being biased in saying that, because you can say you don't like it, but you can't say it wasn't excellent.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, that's kind of what Boondocks meant to me. And I would have liked to have seen more of it, but we all know we can only do so well so long before we get smacked in the mouth. So there's that.
I
But
mean,
Boondocks was like it was groundbreaking to me. It was really good, man. Really good.
like, and but Huey and his brother, man, they like, bro, when Riley, the R. Kelly thing, bro, that might be some of the funniest shit.
They tackled the issue, but the way they described the R. Kelly issue was literally the way that you could have walked into any black barbershop and you would have heard that's how it was told. From every viewpoint they took, there had been somebody in that barbershop holding on to that view. Like, hey, when does personal responsibility come into play? Hey, why I gotta not be able to hear the next album because this bitch let a motherfucker pee on them? Like, all the conversations were conversations that, like, if you had really heard people have before.
When I see pee, I move.
Well, see, that's that line when that little girl was on the stand and she said, "Why don't you just move out the way?" Why not? Now, again, that's incredibly simplistic, but why not? So again, it like Moby said, man, it's just like the Boondocks encapsulated black people in a way in which white America can't do.
And I think,
nor should they. They're not black. It's just like, but I'm like looking at this show, and like you said, man,
it's how Denzel described it when somebody asked him a question. He said, "It's not about race; it's about culture. It's about culture."
Yeah, but I mean, when you talk about black people, they're one and the same. They're not.
No, but what he was saying is somebody was asking him about why was it important that a director be this, and he was like, "Well, Steven Spielberg could have did Godfather. He could have done it. He's perfectly capable of doing a director." And he said, "But Scorsese, that's his culture." He was just like, so if I'm doing something that about black people, like, I know what a hot comb on the back of some nappy hair smells like, it feels like, that's a cultural thing. That's not because I'm black. That's because it's a cultural thing. And that's what Boondocks was. It was a cultural revelation, because it was like, hey, this is somebody telling mockeries and jokes from our perspective, no matter which form of black you were, because I love the fact that there were so many diverse black characters up there.
Like Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Married to the white woman. I'm Tom. I didn't want to be anally raped. Just saying.
I mean, and that's the other thing. Like, all the voices were black. Even the white dudes, they were black. One was Samuel Jackson, and the other one was
who played Ruckus?
I forgot what that black guy.
The dude who, remember, Undercover Brother.
Yeah, the smart guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maori kid.
Yep. I think
the fat guy.
Yeah, I mean the youngest Maori kid, right?
Yeah,
he did the voice for in Kim Possible.
Is that he's a Maori kid?
No, not the kid. The
no,
not smart guy. We're talking about
no,
Undercover Brother, the one that was the
big fat dude.
When you said smart guy, you completely took me to another show. That's why I said the Maori kid. Never mind. I'm sorry. I know you're talking about.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, he does a voice for Uncle Ruckus.
Okay. And I know Regina King killed the two characters of Riley and Huey.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, man, it's just one of those things where, and then looking back on it, it makes me want Tyler Perry to do better more often, because he's got resources. And I'm like, bro. But anyway,
that's what the Boondocks sent y'all a skit where Huey explaining one of the Tyler Perry movies today. And he basically just explains the whole synopsis of the movie. And you see the Madea character come dancing in randomly, like had nothing to do with anything in the movie. And I'm like, yeah, that pretty much does encapsulate almost every Tyler Perry movie right there.
Wow.
Just want that brother to do better more often, man. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, honestly, man, if he wants to do better, Like he would do more. And honestly, this is one of those times where, as much as I would love to see the Boondocks back, nope. Because all you would do is fuck it up. Because unless Aaron Magruder's
I'm
back,
about to say, yeah, and unless he's gonna do it again, nah. But
yeah,
it's okay to just be over with.
yeah, 5 years, right? 5 seasons, technically.
No, it wasn't even 5 seasons. It was.
Oh,
I think it was 3, but he only did 2. They did have another season that he didn't do.
Oh, okay. I remember y'all mentioned that before.
That was, I mean, they tried, but you could tell his touch.
I mean, the
His touch
characters
wasn't
were still going to be funny because he had established them. But yeah,
4 seasons. They did 4 seasons.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, the it didn't feel the same.
Gary Anthony Williams, that's who did Uncle Ruckus.
Okay.
And so, oh, I'm sorry. Sarah was a white girl. Hey, didn't know that.
Was Sarah the wife or the little kid?
The wife.
The wife.
Yeah.
We had to
And-
be accurate about that white nectar.
And then Cindy McPherson.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's
Couldn't have no posh monkey up there portraying a white woman.
Jesus. This guy up here.
Oh man.
I mean, I thought, he did really well with the stereotypes of the dudes. Like Granddad with the belt. I mean, let's be real, man. Who ain't seen that shit? Like, and he was nasty with that belt. Because I used to be like, yo.
Every character in the show was relatable to something. And if you've had any type of black life, there was a character in there
For you.
Because it didn't do what a lot of shows do, which is make it seem like all black people are the same.
Yeah. Oh, no. There were so many different types of black people in there. But yeah, man, just wanted to talk about, because we don't really talk about cartoons a lot because there's not really a lot to talk about. But more importantly, I think those 2 cartoons really changed in their own different ways with their own different groups. Changed a bit as far as how people look at things, some for the better, some for not, but I feel like they both left their stamp somewhere. Even though South Park is still doing it, I mean, like I said, I ain't watched South Park in fucking 20 years. So
I mean, hell, The Simpsons is still doing it. But
yeah, and I was never a Simpsons guy, never a Family Guy guy, like never a King of the Hill guy, like none of that shit.
they're bringing King of the Hill back.
Yeah, but apparently Bobby's older,
Yeah, they're older.
and I think he's with the Indian girl, but that's just another thing for another time. So yeah.
God damn it, Bobby.
You spend way too much time watching this.
Damn it, Bobby.
I used to do that with my roommate. You remember B Dizzle? I used to always say every time, God damn it, Bobby.
Man, that kid never caught a break ever. In a few episodes I watched, that kid, I'm surprised he didn't wake up and start killing motherfuckers, man. Because that dude never caught a break. Ever. And then, what was the dude, the talking fast guy? Yeah, you know what? What? What the fuck you just say? So, yeah, cartoons, man. They're still around. I don't know how much people watch them.
And that was a
What?
spinoff show.
What?
King of the Hill was a spinoff show.
Yeah.
It was spinoff from what?
He was a
Family
character
Guy.
on Daria.
I never knew.
Was it Daria?
Yeah.
Oh,
Same place Beavis and Butthead came from.
that makes sense. Yep.
Wow. Wow. I had
And that
no
lasted
idea.
longer than Daria because Daria was tragic.
Because she was tragic.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know how much
horrible.
emo people could stand watching. Just saying.
That shit was not good. But
It was
once
good
again,
for some people, but it's how
I
much
say
can
it's the
you stand?
times, man. The 90s were a different animal, man.
yeah.
You watch some of them shows now, you're just like, how did anybody watch some of these shows?
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people who I knew people who loved Daria. Like that was That was their jam. Just like Beavis and Butthead, man. Some people are just like, man, this show's awesome. And I'm just like, okay.
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, man. It was alright to me, but the lack of them doing nothing made it funny.
You see, here's the thing. The reason like kids will not understand Beavis and Butthead when they tried to bring it back, it couldn't last is because Beavis and Butthead were actually a side effect of their own show.
Yeah.
Because really the show was about music videos and just them watching it and commentating on it. But to a generation now that doesn't really do music videos like in the 90s, because that was what TV was for teenagers and stuff in the 90s. It was, hey, let's watch MTV and BET to watch music videos and talk shit about it. And that's literally what they did. They watched videos. Sometimes they were good songs. Sometimes they were bad. They talked shit about them. And that was the comedy of it. Like, those are the funniest parts of the show. When they did all the side quests, I thought the show was awful. But when they were just sitting there talking about the videos, I was just like, yeah, that sounds like some shit me and my friends are doing right now. Watching some videos and talking shit about them.
Clearly, AG knew what I was talking about. Because what I said, he started laughing immediately. I mean,
I watched Beavis and Butthead a couple of times, and I knew a few people like that, and I couldn't help but laugh, but I couldn't stand watching it. It's just like, okay, this is about enough. This is as much as I can take.
Yeah,
because I was like, good gravy.
I'll be honest, man. Like the parts of Beavis and Butthead, when they're doing videos, you know, I liked when they sung because it was horrible. Which really tells you how bad the song was. Like, I can't remember the song when they were like, "Mother," you know.
Oh, that was a good song. That song wasn't bad. It was
bad
when they did it,
but they were killing it. Like, they were like, "Mother," and it's like, oh Jesus Christ! But it was funnier. But yeah, man, it's just like
what they commonly did though. It'd be a good song that people who were older would like, but they were supposed to be representing younger people, so they'd hear a older good song and be like making a mockery of it.
Yeah, I mean, then you have you could tell when it's a good song when they start dancing horribly, like, you know. I would say the only thing that came from that was laughable of any of the extra shit they put there was the Cornholio bit, man. That Cornholio bit was fucking hilarious.
You say so, man.
You don't think it was funny?
Nah, man.
I mean, just
it's gonna sound like I'm being real mean, man. But a lot of that white boy comedy, I just didn't get. I was just like, hey, man. Once again, this is a cultural thing.
That's what I'm gonna say now. That's cultural.
This is a cultural thing.
That's why I thought it was hilarious because it's like, unfortunately, there are some children who are like that, and it's just like you felt bad for them, but you couldn't do nothing. So it's like
I didn't feel bad for him. It just shook my head like, what the fuck?
But you also had to realize that these kids were a little special, you know.
I mean, anybody who volunteers to let people call them butthead. Yeah.
I mean, and Beavis, man. Like,
those are some short bus shorties right there.
Short bus shorties. This guy. Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for indulging me in my way back in the world with cartoons. AG, man, what's on your mind?
I was just thinking about maybe the responsibility of mixed kids that are Black or identify as Black. And I had a question. Can you really say it's white people shit when your mom or dad are white? Can you say that and like be like lack offense? Or do you have to edit what you say?
I don't know, man, because wouldn't they be the most qualified to let me know about some white people shit?
Yes, but I could understand from their point of view how they might get their feelings hurt at times, especially when a child is angry and they're figuring out their Blackness and what it actually means, and they're living with the enemy. So they say something, yeah, that's some white people shit. And you're looking at, just say your mom is the white person in your family, and you're looking at your mom straight in the face when you say it. It's like, do you treat that as a disrespect, or do you let it go because it's an actual truth?
I think it depends how they're raised by the parents, because I mean, I guess my thing is, it's like, if my family, if I ever was like, yo man, that's some white people shit, they probably look at me and be like, you're right, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, you know, or I did it because of that, whatever the answer would be. But I think it's all because of I think it comes down to how you're raised, because, you know, in some households, like, if you're raised, if both parties have a genuine a genuine fairness of raising the children, I would definitely say that they're probably more capable of saying that than necessarily me. I mean, because like, if one of my peeps told me, saw stuff, man, that's some white people shit, I'd be like, I'd probably take their word for it, because they are mixed, you know? So, but it comes down to me, a lot of that just comes down to how they're raised, because everybody's not raised the correct way. Not the correct way, the same way. So, because I don't feel like there's a necessarily correct way. I just, you know, because if it was, there's a book out for it and everybody would do it and blah, blah, blah. But I think that, you know, you're going to raise your kids the way you want to raise them to be able to cope in the world that we live in. So, to answer your question, AG, yes. If some of my family is mixed, if we saw some stuff and they said that's some white people shit, I'd probably shake my head and agree and keep it pushing. But I would never say that to them. Hey man, don't you think that's some white people shit? Because now they're old enough now where they have their own hearts and minds, and they would probably answer my question. But once again, it comes down to which one I'm talking to. That is what I will say, because I think each one gives you a different answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, AG, like, when I was growing up in Portsmouth, I had a friend who was mixed, and when I first met him, dad black, mom white. His dad was sick, real sick. So like the first 2 years, his dad was sick, ended up passing away. So 8th, 9th grade, he was very passable. And what I mean by that is like, yo, if a man didn't tell you he was mixed, he was just a white guy with curly hair.
Right.
And he would sometimes say some shit around his mom who, you know, cool, white, cool. And he would say some shit that was almost disrespectful, because I'd be like, hey, I don't know if I'd still be breathing saying some shit like that to my mom. And then he might say something like some white people shit. And I just figured I should stay out of white folk business. Because like when he did that to me, I was like, hey, my homie's white today, so I'm just going to stay out of white folk business. But then, you know, when he was in certain environments and he would say nigga, and some people who didn't necessarily know the background would look at him, I'd have to be like, hey, it's okay. He's with us. He's with us.
It's very important to know your audience and know your location. That's what I will always say to anyone.
And I don't mean that to like say it as a mockery. I mean just like, you know, he was like Ruben would say, he was very much like a product of wherever he was. And I don't think he meant it like he was trying to be that. I think that was just the experience that he had. Like when if we were around all white people and it was just me and him, I was the only black guy there. Like there's nobody else would ever confuse the two. Now, he never said he wasn't. So if it would come up, he would definitely say, oh yeah. But nobody at that point in time in life had really ever met his dad other than me. Because his dad died when he was young. So yeah, man, like I just always looked at it as I'm just gonna stay out of these white folk business. Anytime he be acting like that, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna get on out of here, man, because y'all got some white people stuff going on over here.
Okay.
And I mean, and like, I've had some friends, like, they were white back in the day. Like, some of them talked to their parents any old way. I felt I was glad in myself that out of intelligence, necessity, and enough fear to realize, hey man, just because you could pick up shit everywhere you go, some shit don't need to be picked up like that. Like, hey, talking to your parents recklessly, like some of my friends, that ain't never creeping to this world over here because it's
Hey,
called.
man, I heard my man cussing.
Oh my god!
And I would just be like, hey, I'm gonna get on out of here, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
this whole bunch of my goddamn business.
because the thing I was always worried about was like getting fucked up and association. Because like all I needed was for like his mom to mess around and talk to my mom and just be like, yeah, so and so was cussing. Because my mom would have got mad at me by default. I'd have been like, I didn't even say that. That was him. They was having white folk arguments, and I did exactly what you said. I stayed out of their motherfucking business.
Yeah, man.
Because she would always say, hey, look, don't you be bringing them habits back over here. See, because that was my mom's way of saying, leave that white people shit over there, okay?
Yeah,
like, it's
definitely.
cool you hanging out with him, but remember when you come back here, that ain't how we roll over here. Like that is not what happens over here.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, for personally, I think it would be if my mom was white, and then I was obviously black, and my dad was black, and all that, and then you go through life, you learn things. That progression is still going to be there for me. I still would have treated her with a level of respect to where I would have not randomly said that without a conversation being in place. I would have never said, because I think I would have taken that as me disrespecting my mom and me being out of control without, like I said, if we're talking about an issue, that's one thing, but to just randomly like doing something and you observe something and you say, that's some white people shit right there. And you're, come on, bro.
Now, I will say, I'm going to give him a bit of a pass because I will say that happened around me, but I will say he never did that shit anywhere else. Like, as far as like, he wouldn't let nobody else talk about the whiteness of his mom and nothing like that. I think with me, there was a level of comfort that he had around me that made me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you so comfortable, it's making me uncomfortable. Because I think your mom cool, and I think it's cool that you don't have like what I consider black people rules, and like you get. And when I say black people rules, it's like you kind of get to do whatever the fuck you want here, bro. And don't nobody really call you out for it. So the least you could do is like show a modicum of respect.
Yeah. I mean,
my man was smoking in the house, and his mom worked overnight, so we be at the crib kicking it. He had a pool table. She be buying the drinks. Oh yeah, y'all can stay at the house and do whatever y'all want. So I was like, yo, man, you got the most lax life ever. And to me, I was thinking, this is how white people live, bro. You nigga, you living the dream. And and you trying to fuck this up for both of us. Like
yeah, man. Like, I think the only thing I would say I've ever done to my mom, I think I slammed the door one time.
Yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah, 18, walked out the house, man. That wasn't a move.
Hey,
I mean, it's like,
I'm just impressed you had a door to shut.
Well, it was a front door.
It was a back door. It's a back door.
Either way, they're not going to take that door away. I'm surprised they let you back in, though.
I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's like,
is that the one where your dad made you apologize?
Yeah, 2 days later.
Okay.
Because I didn't talk to her for like 2 days, man. And when you have that conversation with your father, like, yeah, you need to fix this. You realize you're not gonna win here. That means you got two options: you either fix it or get the fuck out.
Man, that's honestly, man. I'm gonna be honest. I wish those are the days where I wish I had a son. Like I'm not. My daughters are awesome. They're amazing. I'm lucky in that sense. However, I can't. They're two women, and then when one of them and their mom are upset with each other, I can't just say you need to fix this because I'm perfectly aware that they're both women. And I'm asking two women to work out their differences verbally
Yes.
by accepting accountability on their end.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
Good luck
I'm
with that.
essentially going up to them and saying, I need you to be magical right now.
please, baby, baby.
I
please.
need you to do some shit I need you to do some shit that is just genetically not in you, apparently. Like
You need them to be
what
baby in the
ends
baby
up
face right
happening
now.
is me going, hey, look, man, I know this don't matter to you, but I gotta sleep with her, man. Like, I just need you to at least go in there and act like you got some motherfucking sense. and just be nice for like 5-10 minutes. You ain't gotta apologize because I know you won't. Just don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick
But
for a
then I'd be
while.
like, Dad,
because
I
what
was
you're
right,
doing
though.
is you're fucking up my life right now. And if you
But
fuck
Dad, I
up
was
my
right.
life, I'm gonna
Dad, I was
fuck up
right.
the next couple of weeks for you.
But I was right.
Hold on. AG.
That's exactly what happens. She's putting words in my mouth. She's doing like, no, I don't look.
See,
I know you don't understand this, and maybe one day you will, maybe one day you won't. Like, if you ever decide that you're gonna like fully commit and date a woman, you're gonna realize that part of the successful dating process is just saying it's my fault, whether it is or not.
Sometimes you gotta
just
fall on
gotta
that sword,
fucking say
baby.
it.
I'm
You
sorry.
just gotta say it.
You know,
Nowhere in the fucking handbook does it say you have to mean it. It just means you have to say it. And you have to at least be slightly convincing. I don't need you to really be sorry. I need you to just say it so I can get some goddamn sleep. That's it. Because I do not want to get your side effect anger. Because you know what she's not going to do? She ain't going to be mean to you. No, she ain't gonna be mean to you. She's gonna say shit like, your daughter, you need to talk to her. No, I don't got time for that shit. I got my own set of shit I'm trying to work out right now. Why are you fucking it up for me? Like, I've been good to you. Like, I've been really good to you.
I've been good to you.
damn, man.
But like, if I had a son, I could just be like, look, motherfucker, I'm so sorry to your goddamn mom. But nigga, I didn't ask you if it was your fault. I didn't ask you to mean it. I said, get your bitch ass in there and say you sorry. I'm gonna punch your fucking chest in if you don't. See, I can't do that.
But you know the crazy part, man, is when he's like, you need to go fix that. There was no cursing. Like,
Ruben, if I had sons, I wouldn't have to curse. They would already know. I'd be like, hey,
yeah. He just said that shit
because I don't want this to have to come out. And if
this
won't work, this want to come too.
Yeah. Well, I will say I was blessed enough that we didn't have those issues. But like, yo, man,
because you knew it was a healthy understanding.
You bigger than me. I'm not winning this.
Exactly.
I learned early that I'm not winning this. There is no way, shape, or form that I'm winning this. And what I'm gonna do? Hit you with a fucking chair?
See, but Ruben, I'm powerless because I have two women in my house who know I'm not gonna hit them. Like,
I'm
they
so
mad
know
that
you're whispering right now.
And honestly, I never thought not being violent would make me feel so weak. Like, I feel so helpless. Like,
you're just
like I wish we could just go put some gloves on and work it out. Like, but I can't. I gotta negotiate. I'm fucking negotiating with terrorists.
Yeah,
terrorists.
All three of them.
Actually, going from a place of weakness too.
No. There's not 3 terrorists in this house, Ruben. There are 2 terrorists in this house. Now there might be a corrupt politician.
Wow.
But they're 2 terrorists.
Wow. Okay.
Well, at least she's not a terrorist.
No, she's not.
My bad.
She's a politician looking out for her own interest and political values. That's it. I can respect that. I knew what I was voting for.
That's hilarious. Jesus. But yeah, man.
I'd vote for it again. I just, it's an unintended consequence. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jesus.
it's my fault because sex is determined by my sperm. So my feminine ass sperm created two women that made me powerless to actually enforce a high level of discipline.
Well, hopefully in like 2 years, man, all that shit will be over.
No, it won't ever be over.
Absolutely.
It won't ever be over. They might not live here, so it'll come in waves. But I'll take the waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause there's a low tide and there's a high tide. Right now, it's just a tide. Look, man, I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but when you said something about like your dad telling you, I was like, man, I wish I could just go up to him, just like, hey, man, just go fix it, man. Just say you're sorry. You know what I'm saying? Hug it out and just move on. Because I feel because boys learn at an early age. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part, right? He just said, "I need you to go fix it," and that was it.
And
he didn't go over anything else.
How old were you?
I knew what the plan was.
How old were you?
How old was I? 18. I knew exactly what the mission was.
And nobody had to explain shit.
Not at all.
Just like, hey, all right,
not if I want to keep living there and keep getting my school paid for. I ain't dumb.
Even if those weren't the consequences, like the school and everything, you still would have understood the assignment.
Of course, because Ruby and Shirley didn't raise no idiot. Not at all.
It ain't about you being an idiot. It's about you having a natural understanding that, hey, it's so much easier to just move past this than to hold on to this.
Man, and I was holding on to it strong. Then he said something. I realized
2 days ain't a grudge to a woman. That's a sneeze right there, bro. That is nothing. That is nothing. I have seen women not talk to best friends for fucking 15 years for no goddamn reason. 2 days?
Hey, I knew what the mission was at that point in time afterward, though. And that shit got handled within 5 minutes. I think he went to the store. I knew what the plan was. We gonna have to go handle this.
Mom, I'm sorry.
Hey, bro, not only did you understand the assignment, he even gave you the space to work.
Yep.
That's I could never. If they're upset and I leave the house, I'm in fear. What the fuck am I gonna come back to?
Got him riled up, bro.
I didn't do it. It's your
yes,
thing.
you did. That wasn't my fault. Ooh, oh man.
All right, you good, AG?
Yeah, I'm good.
Moby, what's on
I'm
your
done,
mind?
man. That's on my mind. I'm good.
Moby's like, bleh. All right. That's enough for the day, damn it. Nah, man. You know what? What's on my mind is very simple, man. This weather sucks. It's officially summer. It's hot as ball jerky. And I can't even like go outside and like be cool in the other side of the pillow outside. Like, yeah, like I said, I was off last week. You know, the positive about that is I wasn't in 95-degree heat all goddamn week.
95,
you know,
it was in triple digits here all week, bro.
Yeah, but
it was hotter than a spoon at a Motel 6 downtown in the hood, bro.
Damn. Oof, that's pretty hot.
But yeah, man. So like, yeah, I stayed inside a lot because shit gotta happen. But yeah, man, like, I gotta go back out there tomorrow, man.
Out there.
Come on, man. You go on vacation, and the last thing you want all the time is for that vacation to fucking end, because you gotta
not
go
the
back.
Outside. Anything but the outside.
No. Like every once in a while, I open my curtains just to get some sunlight because I felt like if I didn't, like my skin would change colors, man. So I had to get some sun. But I won't stepping outside. Fuck that. You know, that shit won't happen. But the worst part of the heat, man, the damn electric bill. I already know that shit's gonna be out of fucking pocket. So if you got terrorists in your house who like to change the coldness and the hotness of your house, my advice is twofold. One, you need to let them know they don't pay no damn bills in there. None. And two, if they can't figure out the fact that they don't pay no bills, that's okay. That is quite okay. Go out, spend $70 to $90, buy yourself a new thermostat with a lock on that bitch, with a code that nobody knows but you. That way, when they go to try to fuck with it, they can't do nothing to it. And they'd be like, how come we can't change the AC? Because you don't pay no damn bills around here. Now, with that being said, because I live alone, I know the punishment I'm going to get. Hey, man, it is what it is. So I'm hating it right now, but I'm fully expecting it. But I mean, like in Mo B's case, like, hey, man, clearly he doesn't have those issues, because if he did, he would be talking about it. Motherfuckers changing up.
I've just accepted. This is what it is, man.
I mean, yeah. But one day you're going to get sick of that shit, and you're going to get one with a lock on that bitch, and you get to listen to them complain about it.
See, that's the thing. I'm not, because I don't want to fucking hear them complain. It's a tax, bro. Like everything you pay as a married man with kids is really just a peace tax. Like you just pay whatever is required to keep as much peace as you can afford.
And if that don't work, get some fans in all your rooms, man. At least that'll help.
That's why all these marriages end in divorce with, they always say financial difficulties, man. They couldn't afford peace. Once it gets to a point where you can't afford peace, man, that shit over.
Oh shit! Afford peace.
Is he wrong?
I mean, I don't know. That's more an answer from you, AG.
Hey man, and it doesn't matter. I think my wife is one of the most agreeable people in the world, but I still respond the same way. Absolutely. If she's not right, or
I'm about to say, because that is not a dig on my situation. That's just an honest observation. When you can't afford peace no more, it's over.
But yeah,
peace doesn't always require money, but it does cost something. So your peace is gonna cost something.
Either that or just stay single. So,
I don't want to.
In some ways, Ruben, you're winning, sir.
Nah, man, I ain't winning there. Cause that's the other thing that sucks.
Hey, bro, you are winning, bro. Your peace. Look, man, you don't understand how important peace is until you ain't got it.
There you go.
I mean, I hear you.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of other good shit that comes with me trying to,
I may have
this peace.
I also like to get a piece.
Exactly. I was about to say there's some positives to peace. Having to put up with peace, but I mean, look, everything's got a price, man. Everything's got a price.
$1 million man, baby. And I ain't $1 million man, so motherfuckers need to get their shit together. But yeah, man. All I know is just expect, if you live in Virginia or you live in a hot southern area, man, just prepare for your power bill to be high, because you realize it's not you, because you out working and shit. But when you come home with your bill high, it's not going to be because of you. It's because of everyone else in your house. Because that's why this is what I've seen. This is what I've heard. You start getting visits from in-laws and stuff in the summer. Why? Because they don't want to run up their power fucking bill. We're going to run up your power fucking bill. We want to see our grandkids. I can send them to you. Hell, I'll drive them up there myself. Nah, we'll come to you. That's a trap, ladies and gentlemen. That is a trap. Don't do it. Grandma, granddaddy, Eddie. Nope, that is a trap.
I mean,
All I'm saying,
it's a trap either way. Because, like, see, my mom tried to get Kira to come up there next week to hang out with her, and Kira's smart. Kira's like, no, I got, basketball training, all this stuff going on. And I was like, no, what it is Kira knows she gonna get put to work. She knows my mom gonna ask her to help do shit. And Kira's like, man, I could be over here doing a lot of nothing, over there doing a lot of something. I'm gonna stay over here and do this nothing and wait for her to come over here.
I mean, sometimes it beats that way. But all I'm saying is, hey, look, man, it's hot out here. You know, get your ACs checked in your vehicles. Make sure your gas is always up, because if you're not rolling deep, that's gonna kill your gas. You know, all that. So it's hot out in this bitch. Protect yourself. Also, 100% polyester. If you're a big guy like me and you're not wearing 100% polyester, what the F is wrong with you? You better not walk into the house with anything that says cotton on it. Cotton will stick to your skin. That way, hey man, look. Everybody knows I'm a big guy, man. You know, I'm a fat guy, and I'm fine with that. But the worst thing for a fat guy is to walk outside with a cotton shirt on, and next thing you know, everybody can see your nipples. No. That is a no. That is a fashion faux pas. That is not a good look. I don't give a damn. Wear a damn basketball jersey. You know, whatever. Just don't come out with cotton. I don't wear cotton anymore. Fuck all that. I haven't bought a cotton shirt in forever. Now I've gotten cotton shirts, and I look at them. Usually I put them shits back. But hey, man, especially if your job ain't giving you cotton shirt, ain't giving you polyester, you gotta find something else, bro. Spend the extra $5, bro. Go get yourself polyester. Amazon, 4X, baby. 1% polyester, $38. Go get it. I think it's like a 5-piece. Go get it, man. Don't do it. Don't do yourself like that. Just don't. Shorts too. Hell, just go ahead and get some polyester fucking underwear. Trust me, your nuts won't chafe. Like, there's nothing worse but wearing cotton and the motherfucker stick to your balls when you're trying to walk, and then you're walking like this. Nah, man, don't be doing that to yourself, bro. Don't do it.
I ain't realized cotton offended you so much, bro. Like,
man, bro, I'm telling you, I haven't bought anything that has cotton in its ingredients. I don't even know how long. Like, I got one pair of jeans that I bought a couple years ago. I don't wear them shits no more. Why? So it can stick to my legs and make me walk funny? I'm good. Slacks, baby. Polyester. I ain't playing. Underwear, polyester. I ain't playing. Socks, polyester. I ain't playing. Yo, man, I know you laughing, AG, but I'm serious, man. I'm looking out for the fat guys out here, baby. Like, if you got anything in your house that says cotton, throw that shit out.
Damn, I'm wearing a cotton shirt right now, man.
I am too, and I'm not doing anything out.
I mean, hey, man, look, I understand that, man. Moby, I mean, I hear you, bro. You're not really in the fat guy club no more.
If you say so, man.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is, but you got like 5 layers of shirts on anyway. But that's how you always do. So I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying, man, cotton ain't for big guys, man. It just ain't. And that's what's on my mind. Don't be out here trying to look all whatever for these ladies out here with your clothes sticking to you. That shit ain't cute at all. Period. Shit ain't cute. Let's do better. And with that being said, like, thank everybody for listening to the podcast today. Please like, subscribe as well to us. Please also leave us, a review. Say how much you love our show. You can say how much you hate the show, but you just be lying, so don't do that. Like, thank Moby, like, thank AG, like, thank everybody who's listened to us today. You know, hey man, we're gonna do this again next Sunday night. 9 o'clock, yeah, 9 o'clock sounds good. And this is actually gonna be the first show on my birthday. I don't know how this has happened. I don't know how we got through five years and we ain't never had a show on my birthday. So
it's kind of how the calendar works. It's not.
I mean, look, man, I ain't asked for that.
we didn't make a special concession for your birthday. Like
Well,
that's
you should.
just how the calendar works.
See, that's why I need y'all to do. Tell them people, look, man, don't be messing with us. You know, get a man's birthday on the show. But nah, man, other than that, you know, tell an enemy, tell a friend about us, tell everybody. We'll be back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuce.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW Podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.